Welcome back to this week's video. I am going to read, my plan is just to read physical books this week. So I have a stack right here of the books that I want to read. 3 of them are on my TBR and 2 of them are not. I think. I'm pretty sure. Oh, there he goes. He's probably going to shove Woody into that hole. Yes, he shoves Woody in the hole and he falls down into underneath the sink. And then he opens the cabinet and gets him out. And he will do that repeatedly over and over. Oliver, where did Woody go? Oh, you don't know? You didn't just put him under the sink? Oh, and now there's Jesse. I don't understand. Oh my God, this child. He does this all the time. Anyways, I digress. So I have my stack. I did quickly order a book because I got the NetGalley of the second book and I've been wanting to read the first one. So it gave me the reason to buy the first book. And if I really like the second one, I'll also buy that one. But the first book, and I kept thinking about it since Friday. I really want to reread it. I'm ready. I am so excited. City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I want to read this so bad. I remember reading it and loving it. And I can't even think about any of the other books because I just keep thinking of this one. And I'm ready to dive into this world. So this is going to be the first book I pick up. And then I have Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. I have this one like in my vision for this week to read. I like it because it's small. It's not super long like City of Bones. Let me try to grab both of them. See, there's a difference. So I think that'd be nice. Like I could probably finish this in like a day or two. Just to like have as like a filler book. Like after that world, maybe I can read something fluffy romance right there. And then the next book that's on my TBR is Pucking Around by Emily Rath. I want to read this hockey romance so bad. I want some type of sports romance this week, and I think it's going to be this one. And like right now, I just had my Smutty Sunday email, and I went through. It's all baseball recs, and I'm like, do I want this or do I want baseball? I'm like, I'm going to read this one. And if I feel like I need to find like a quick little baseball romance, I'll find one on Kindle Unlimited. So then the next 2 books that I have, I don't have them on my TBR necessarily, unless this one is. Let me check real quick. I have everything written down. I have to write everything down. Otherwise, I get so disorganized and a little overwhelmed. And I don't like that. Yeah, no, I don't have that one written down as a TBR. So I have Under Lock and Key by Lana Ferguson. I thought this, because it's small, if I need just something real quick to read, I can read this. So I'm really excited for this one, which mind you, somebody I saw on YouTube, I can't even think of her name right now. She read it and she said that she didn't realize it was kind of like a shifter romance. Like he turns into like the Loch Ness Monster or something like that. And I'm like, I kind of got that just from the image in the front. So I don't know, but I love shifters. So I'm like, I'm going to read it. But also the book that I got, the NetGalley of the second one, The Tainted Cup. I have been wanting to read this one for a while. And I'm really excited to have it now because I did get the NetGalley of the second book. And I really want to read it. And I'm hoping to read that one actually pretty soon. So I love how it's like a Sherlock Holmes type of book. I just think it is just going to be so freaking cool. And if I think it's going to be how I think it's going to be, I think my husband might like this one too. So he might have to read this one and then maybe read the NetGalley, and I could like, I don't know, add his review of it just to get more reviews for the books and help them out. But yeah, so I have my stack of books. I have 5 books for the week. I know I'm not going to get to all these. This is just kind of what I want to read right now. And if I don't read something, then I'll just push it to another week. I mean, I'm determined to get pretty much all of these done. So I'm going to go put these back on my shelf and I'm going to start City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Okay. I'm updating in the same spot because, mind you, I haven't read anything. It's only been a few hours since I updated this blog. I left to go take my son to his doctor's appointment, and they called me, reminded me, and it was at 11:30 today. And I went and got my taxes, and then I went and took a friend a loaf of bread and left her house at 11, went to the doctor's appointment. I'm like, hey, it's 11:17. I'm 13 minutes early to this appointment. Awesome. There was no cars in the parking lot. It was so empty. I walk in and I tell them the name, and they're like, oh, we only give a 15-minute grace period. And I'm like, what? And they're like, you're late. And I'm like, my appointment's at 11:30. It's 11:17. And they're like, your appointment was at 11. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I go, my reminder call said 11:30. And they're like, no, it was at 11. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm looking around, and there's just like nurses walking around. There's the doctors walking around. I'm like, okay, so, and there's nobody in the office. It was dead silent. I was like, so you're telling me that I'm technically 2 minutes late to the grace period, and the people are just walking around, that my son cannot be seen? And they're like, we can put him in for tomorrow. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm like, fine. So I had to pay for a no-show appointment, and it's $68. I thought I was going to be paying like $30, $35. I'm like, $68 for a no-show for technically being 2 minutes after the grace period? Are you serious right now? I just kind of looked at her, and I was like, I'm so frustrated. I was so frustrated. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm on time or early to everything. And now all of a sudden, I literally thought and I told them my appointment, I was told 11:30. And she goes, no, it's at 11. And they didn't even care. I was very frustrated. He's literally the best doctor in our town. And now I'm getting really frustrated because, like, literally, I've always been on time. I've always done everything they've wanted. And it's like, dude, like, I'm literally 2 minutes after the appointment, the grace period. And they were just walking around. I'm like, there's no freaking way my son couldn't have just been seen. So I leave, and then now everything is just going downhill. It's like once one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong. And I haven't even started my book yet. And I'm like, I don't want to start it with me being literally irritated. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit my last vlog and just sit and chill and hope that I can start this book. I don't know. I was also trying to just do a bunch of laundry today, so I don't have to do any, like, almost for the rest of the week. But I don't know. I'm really frustrated. I'm really, really not having a great day now. I had a great day, and then and they were just like you're out of the grace period. I'm like, what are you talking? Like, I was so confused. So yeah, so I'm gonna edit my video, and I'm gonna try to read, but I need to get out of this funk before reading. So we'll see how long that takes for me to not be so irritated, because I'm really irritated. Hey, so it is a few days later. It's Wednesday. I was really planning on like reading a lot this week, but my children have been acting up. But I did finish City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. It's 5 stars. It was 5 stars first time. It's 5 stars second time. I literally could not stop thinking about the movie and the show of this. It is so different. It is nothing like either the book. The book is its own thing. The movie is its own thing. And then the show is its own thing. Every single one is completely different. 5 stars for this book. And I really want to pick up the next one, but I'm not going to do that. But the book is about Jason Clary, and they're the main characters, really. And Clary finds out because her mom calls, they have an argument. She's saying, don't come home. And she doesn't know why. And at this point, she's kind of freaking out in and of itself because she can see people, and nobody else can. And she doesn't understand why she can see them and nobody else can. And she gets to the house and there's a demon there, and this guy shows up named Jace. He comes and helps her, all this stuff. Well, now they're on the hunt for the Mortal Cup, and they're talking about this man named Valentine, and there's Alec Lightwood. He is Jace's parabatai. And then there is Isabel, which is Alec's sister, and she's a badass. And then there's Simon, which is Clary's friend, and he's just a human, a mundane, like they say. And he just knows nothing, and he is so excited about this world. He's like, this is so interesting. And Clary's like, it's not D&D. It is not like D&D. Like, cut it out. It is so funny. And then Hodge, he's like the instructor for them. I never liked him the first time I read it. I didn't like him in the show. I didn't like him in the movie. I didn't like him at all. Never liked him. Her mom isn't very, she's important to the book, but she's not in it a lot because she's not in it. And then there's Luke, which I think I like the book and the movie version of him better than the show version. Because in the show, he's a cop, and in the book and in the movie, he's not. He owns an antique store type of thing. But yeah, so the book is 5 stars. The movie, I would give 4 stars because some of it was the character stuff, some of it was off. It wasn't perfect how I would want it. But I'm one of those that I am able to separate the book from the movie. I'm good at just that movie is good. It's not the best movie, but it is a very good movie, and I do like to watch it quite often. The show, they kind of went totally off script. The show is nothing like the book at all, really. They ended it on a cliffhanger because they didn't know they weren't getting renewed for another season, so that sucked. But I liked the show. The characters were better in the show, but the storyline and the plot was completely different than the book and in the movie. So, yeah. So that's my whole spiel of City of Bones. I love this series, and I can't wait to read the second one. But my next book I'm going to read is The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. I have the second book as a NetGalley arc, and I really want to read it very soon. So I want to read this to make sure I get it done this week so I can read the NetGalley. I really want to read it, but that pucking around is just staring at me in the face. So I need to finish this as soon as possible. I don't even know how many pages this is. I'll read the synopsis too. Wow, this paper is almost like a Bible page. They're very, very thin. Let's see, how many pages? Wow, I feel like I'm going to rip these pages. I don't really like that. I don't know why these pages are so thin. 406, and that was 486. So this is 80 pages less than that one, but it feels a lot smaller. I think it's just taller. Oh no, it's the same height, but it feels a lot smaller. But the synopsis is: in Daratana's grandest mansion, an imperial officer lies dead, killed to all appearances when a tree abrupted from his body. Even here at the Empire's borders were contagions, I don't know how to say that, abound in the blood of the Leviathans, works strange magical changes. Oh my god, why can't I read today? It's a death both terrifying and impossible. Assigned to investigate is Anna Delabra, a detective whose reputation for brilliance is matched only by her eccentricities. Rumors has it that she always wears a blindfold and can solve impossible cases without stepping outside her home. At her side is her new assistant, Dinios Cole, magically altered in ways that made him the perfect aid to Anna's brilliance. Din is at turns scandalized, perplexed, and infuriated by his new superior, but as the two close in on a mastermind and Anna makes one startling deduction after the next, he realizes that she is indeed the Empire's greatest detective and wonders how long he can keep his own secret safe from her piercing intellect. This sounds good. I love a Holmes and Watson retelling. I loved the show. Oh my god. Loved loved the show. I really want to read this. I don't think there's a lick of romance in here, which is completely fine. I really feel like I really need something like this right now. Because, after the cliffhanger on that one, on City of Bones, I'm so mad about it. I hated it the first time. I was so mad. And now I still am mad about it. So I think I just need like a mystery type of book. So I'm going to get started on this. I don't know how long this is going to take me. I hope I can get this done pretty quick. I mean, these pages are so thin. So hopefully I don't rip any. I'm so nervous I'm going to rip one of these pages, but let's get to reading. Okay. I realized before I started my book that I didn't update you guys that I have been doing a timer. I think I showed it in a clip the first day I started City of Bones. I can't remember. But I finished the book in 8 hours and 41 minutes and 29 seconds. Monday was 2 hours, 21 minutes, 39 seconds. Tuesday was 4 hours, 14 minutes and 37 seconds. And today was 2 hours, 5 minutes and 13 seconds. So it's a total of 8 hours, 41 minutes and 29 seconds. When I was reading about a page a minute. Like I was timing myself and I was like, okay, about a page a minute. But like looking at it, 8 hours, 41 minutes, I'm like, is that accurate? Is that like 400 some minutes? I don't know. But I want to start Tainted Cup and I want to see how long it's going to take me. Because if it's around like 8 hours, then I'm reading about a page a minute. So we'll see how I do. Okay, so I have an update. Right now, I am currently updating my genre blanket. He just woke up and he's always drinking milk. Huh. Yeah, and he's watching Addams Family. But I did read like 74 pages of this last night. It's good. Oh my god. I'm really liking it. I am loving the world. And I like how she's Sherlock and he's Holmes. Or no, Watson. Yeah, Watson. Sherlock Holmes is the name. And I like the magic of the world. Like, it's not technically magic, it's enhancers and suppressors. And there's a negative from using suppressors, but that's what he has. And he can, like, engrave everything he hears, everything he sees, everything he smells. And he comes back to her, relays everything to her, and she's the one figuring everything out. So I'm really into it. I'm really liking this. I was a little worried because I do like a little bit of romance in all of my books, but this one doesn't have any romance as of now. I don't see it having any romance, and I'm loving it. I'm really loving it, and I cannot wait to read the second one. So I'm going to finish my blanket and get back to reading. But I did read for it. My paper is not near me. It was, I have it on my tablet because I have my timer on my tablet. Let's see how long I read for. An hour and 37 minutes and 7 seconds for this book yesterday. And then all in all, I think it was around 3 hours is what I read yesterday. So not bad. But yeah, I'm going to get back to doing my blanket and then get back to reading. Today, not a lot of reading is going to get done. I already know it. We'll just see. Welcome back. So I have a lot of updates. It's Monday. I have not updated since I said I was going to start the Tainted Cup, which I did finish. It took me like 3 days. I'm trying to find it. I have just my stack right in front of me, and obviously going to be the one on the bottom. This book was so good. I loved it. I'm not used to books with absolutely like no romance. None. Um, and I'm not very used to like more like higher fantasy. Like this to me is like a high fantasy. The stuff that's going on, I was confused most of the time because it's not like our world, it's different, and so much is going on. It was a little hard to keep up with what was happening a little bit because it is so much mystery, so much just so much going on. I was having a little bit of a hard time keeping up, but towards the end, I started understanding. So that's why I gave this one 4.5 stars. So I'm thinking the next one, because I have an arc of it. I know it's already out, but I want to read the arc because I want to know if I want to keep this series because I know there's going to be a third, but I don't know what I want to do yet. But when I started it on Wednesday. I read 73 pages and I read for an hour, 37 minutes, and 7 seconds. Thursday, I read 132 pages and that was for 2 hours, 38 minutes, and 4 seconds. And then Friday was the day I finished it. I read 198 pages and it was for 4 hours, 11 minutes, and 7 seconds. So, all in all, it took me 8 hours, 26 minutes, and 18 seconds to read this book. I don't think that's bad. That's pretty much how long it took me to read the other one, and they're almost about the same amount of pages. So I do highly recommend this book. I like how like the main guy, so Watson and Sherlock. Watson is Din, it's a man, and Sherlock is a woman named Anna or Anne. I think it's Anna. Anna. And there's something up with her. Hi, Ollie. Did you just wake up? What? Where are you going? You want milk? Okay, I'll go get you some milk. Okay. He just woke up. So Anna, she's a little different. She likes to be blindfolded, and that's how she like gets all of her information. She always suppresses one thing. And Din remembers everything that he hears, sees, smells, tastes, like everything. He remembers everything. He tells it to her, and she's like the one solving the mystery. I'll go get you milk. Thank you. I'll go get you some milk, okay? Okay, let's go do that now. Okay, I'm back. So, anyways, this book is good. Um, it's so hard to talk about because I don't want to spoil anything. Um, there are like a suppressor and enhancements, and if you take an enhancement, it's like it makes you stronger or anything like that. So they're usually like in the army type of situation, like what they have in that world is like the ones that are stronger, all that stuff. But like they can change the color of their skin and stuff, and I'm like so confused. They can make themselves live longer. So confused. He has technically what it's called a suppressor, and when you take a suppressor, you're infertile. So they kind of just sleep around, but it's almost like a taboo thing too to like sleep around. It was a little weird, but you could tell like right towards the end, he's starting to have feelings for somebody, but he's not like blatant about it. Like, I don't know, but he always questions everything he does because he's just so worried of failing. And I mean, the Leviathan thing too was so interesting that they're so big and that they take out everybody, they kill everyone, they come out of the earth and all this stuff. And that was so freaking cool. I really liked it, and I really, really, really want to read the next one. But I already have it planned for another video, so I do highly recommend this book. Well, then right after I finished that, I started Pucking Around by Emily Rath on Saturday morning when my kids woke up at 5 a.m. They were wide awake. So I just was like, you know what, I'm just going to go sit in the living room. They just wanted to cuddle on the couch. So I'm like, I'll just read some hockey smut pretty much. And that's what I got. It was I finished this in 2 days. It took me 4 days to finish this, but 2 days to finish this. I couldn't put this down. I had the hardest time putting it down. My poor husband, he was like, "Hey, Kamala, can you come do something?" And I would just be walking around with my book. He's like, "You're not going to put the book down?" I'm like, "I physically can't. I physically cannot put it down." It is a 5-star read for me. I want to jump in the next one so bad, and because I know it follows her best friend Tess. And in the synopsis of the second one, because this one is, a reverse harem. Technically, but I wouldn't say reverse harem. I would say more poly. That is because okay, so the main girl, Rachel, she goes to her brother's wedding, her twin brother Harrison, and he marries, I can't remember his name. I know his nickname is Sam, but they said his full name on there and I can't remember. And go to their wedding and she meets Jake. He's a hockey player in Seattle. They have one beautiful, amazing night together. They don't give each other names. They don't give each other jobs, like nothing. They just have one wild night and she wakes up. She purposely leaves her hotel in his room so she can never see him again. And she is already heartbroken because her life is chaos and she doesn't want to bring anybody into that chaos and ruin their lives. That's her thing. I won't say exactly why it's chaos, why her life is chaos, but no, her life is chaos. So she leaves and it's like 2 months later and she just keeps thinking about her Seattle guy. She always thinks about the Seattle guy. And she gets a job for the Jacksonville Rays hockey team as like a physical therapist type of thing for hips, knees, all that stuff. So she gets that job and she flies there within like 24 hours. Like she gets there as fast as possible. And this guy comes to pick her up. He is the equipment manager for the team. His name is Caleb. And oh my God, this poor girl. The shit hits the fan right away. And you could tell it's utter chaos. She curses like a sailor. She's crazy. And I ate it up. So then whenever she's there, all this stuff happens and she's going to the parking garage and that's when she runs into Jake. And Jake is the Seattle guy. And oh my God, it was so cute. And then I'm not going to mention the third man, but there is a third and he is straight. Caleb and Jake are trying to figure things out. I liked how it had a lot of good representation of learning your sexuality, understanding your sexuality, because they're both really confused. She's never confused. She understands. She never gets upset. And the whole relationship with them works. It works well. But it also talks about them learning how to be poly because they've never been in a relationship that's poly. So they're navigating through it and how they're going to do it. And the good thing is that they're all on a hockey team, so they know how to work as a team. So they are gung ho, like, we're going to do this. This is how we're going to do it. Like, we're going to do XYZ. Here's a plan. Like, they're so good with working together. Once they start figuring it out, it just falls into place. But she does try, like, I wouldn't say there's a third act conflict. I wouldn't say there was, because, like, a third act breakup, because they don't ever break up. But, like, she does try to leave at one point because she's afraid of ruining two of the guys' careers, like just ruining them, like they're gonna go downhill fast. And she doesn't want them to get hurt. And like, I understand she's trying to protect them, but I also agreed with how they were like, but it's our life and we should decide if we want to risk it or not you. We're the ones to decide that. So I did really appreciate that. But the end was good. The end was super good. I did really, really, really enjoy this book. So I wouldn't say I recommend it because it's not for everybody. This book is not for everybody. I'm giving it 5 chili peppers. It's very spicy, very spicy. I literally on Saturday I read 240 pages of it. It took 4 hours, 38 minutes, and 28 seconds. And yesterday I read 340 pages. It took me 7 hours, 2 minutes, and 2 seconds. So it took me 11 hours, 40 minutes, 30 seconds to read this book. So it took me almost 12 hours to read this book. I couldn't put it down. I could not. I loved this book. Um my husband was always like, "Are you going to put the book down?" I'm like, "I can't. I can't." And I loved that the chapters are short. And I love too, because some of the guys are, in national hockey leagues, in the National Hockey League, they had like where they were talking to like ESPN on the end and like the whole conversation. And I did really like that little tidbit in there. It was nice. And then like one of the guys, he speaks another language and it has the definition of the words here. So it helped because like every time he would speak it, like right after, he wouldn't really explain what he said. So I was always flipping back. I'm like, okay, that's what he's saying. So it was extremely interesting. But I do highly recommend this book to people that like reverse harem, poly, um, lots of spice. There is hockey in it, and they do talk about hockey quite a bit. If you're into hockey romance, I say yes. But if you're not into any of those things, don't read it because you will have a hard time. Because this book is not for everyone, and I want to preface that it is not for everybody, but it is for me. Love it. So I did. These are the books I read, which these two, not this one. These two were on my TBR. This one was not on my TBR. I wanted to also read these two. This one only for the week. This one is on my TBR. I did not get to it, but these were what I was trying to read, but this is what I read. I mean, I think I did pretty good. I read 1,348 pages, and I read for 32 hours, 30 minutes, and 37 seconds. I don't think that's bad. I think I did pretty good because last week I only read 504 pages, and that was 3 books, but they were shorter. Just last week I read 3 books, and they were shorter combined than this book. I mean, I feel like I did pretty dang good this week for this like little. It's not really a challenge. I just wanted to see how long it would take me to start and finish books because I don't generally time myself, and I wanted to time myself and see how long it would take me. So yeah, so this is what I read. This is what I wanted to read. I mean, I'm not mad. I'm mad. These are just gonna go back on my TBR on my little shelf over here, and if I want to pick them up, I'm gonna pick them up. But yeah, so that is my vlog for the week, of me just timing myself while I read. So I don't even know how I want to end this video today. I'm kind of blanking because right now I need to update my genre blanket. I need to put in the pucking around. I'm trying to do this right when I finish the book because otherwise I forget. And then I get behind and then I can't remember which book I finished off on. So, I mean, my blanket's getting pretty good. So I'm going to add a row of this orange and then I'm going to start a new book. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I hope to see you next time. And I hope you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Have a good one.